What's up, folks? This is Jeff doing StrongLifts 5x5 workout A. I'll be doing squats, bench, and Pendlay rows. It's the first time I'm going to be doing Pendlay rows. I've usually been doing the bent over rows, and I noticed that the Pendlay rows are the official StrongLift 5x5 exercise, so I'll be sticking to the plan and doing that from this point on. It's my 9th day. The date for this workout is 3/27/2015. And I'm starting off with, what else? Squats. This is going to be the warm-up set, going with the bar. Did 2 sets of 5 with just the bar, and then I'll be doing 2 sets of 5 with 95 pounds, 2 quarters on the bar. Yeah, there's no real breaks in between these sets. It looks like it because I'm breaking to the next thing. I don't want you guys to wait and see me taking I take like what, 30 seconds, a 30-second break or whatever in between, just to get my mind focused and ready for the next set. It's kind of like something that helps you reset for the next set. Yeah. One thing that I'm noticing is the weight difference between the warm-ups is getting a little more drastic now. I mean, you go from 45 to 95, and I'm already getting close to 200 pounds on the squat. So I think what I'm going to have to incorporate now is 135 on the squat as well. So maybe like a 45, 95, 95, 135, or something of that nature. Because I do a lot. Well, it's 4 sets of warm-up squats. I guess it's whatever makes my body feel warm, right? We'll see. I'll figure it out as I go along. I do see a little bit of butt wink. Or, sorry, I'll stop saying butt wink. I do see a little bit more of my pelvic thrust happening. I'm not going to worry about it just yet. I mean, after I get, and I know I've been saying this for the last few videos, after I get the form check video done, then I'll really address it, because then I'll have more feedback. My feedback has mainly been my circle of friends, so once I open it up to everyone else, then I'll I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it on maybe like Reddit, on the subreddits for fitness, or the StrongLifts 5x5 subreddit. We'll see. Anyway, so here we are with the working set. 190 is good. It's tiring. I know I kind of don't want the weight to go up now, because it's actually getting hard. I know I was bragging earlier in the videos about how I had these high weights and everything. I'd end off at, my last 2 working sets would be 225 and 245 and all that stuff. But when you do 25 reps of the same weight, that gets kind of heavy. It's heavy. It's tiring. Some of the things that I'm doing as I'm going through these sets and these reps is I'm trying to make sure that everything that I list out in my last video and all the checkpoints to do the squat is correct. Another thing that I'm doing also is getting that deeper squat and really focusing on the pause at the bottom. And I'm really glad that going into this program that I did cut all my maxes in half. Go really light. That way I can focus on the form and the technique. And really get that part down as the weight goes up. Now it is getting a little bit harder, but at least I'm more prepared now. It's not just the drastic up, because I guess when I was doing bro splits, all I wanted to do was just try to increase the weight as much as possible. And I was only doing like anywhere between 3 to 5 sets of 10, but I had to prolong it, right? Warm-up set, a little bit of a warm-up set, kind of a working set, kind of a working set, serious set, super serious set. Oh my god, I could only do 8. And just running through it. But here, there's a lot more focus on the actual technicality of the thing, of the squat itself. So looking forward, breathing. I wrote down the checklist. Breathing, focus, energy, the grip, the flat feet. The heels going into the ground, just like a deadlift. Keeping the core tight, chest position going up, back position. Flat. All that stuff, just really making sure that all that's in check before I really go into heavy squats. What has really helped so far is really helping with the depth of my squat. And this is day 9. This is the end of week 3, and it's progressing really well. So I'm really happy with that. Now I'm focusing on what to do right before the actual squat happens. And I know in the last video that's what I talked about, you know, staring, breathing, grabbing, staring, breathing, grabbing, staring, lift off, breathe again, stomp, stomp, down, you know, all that stuff that I keep in mind just to get everything focused onto one point. And one point is keeping that bar path straight up and down and not hurting myself at the same time, right? So what I'm doing then is, you know, making sure I got that ritual down to really get myself focused for that heavy weight. And it's getting heavy now, so as I'm getting the habits down and getting them formed, it's going to help a lot. Especially once I hit 225, because 2 plates is probably going to be the next milestone from here. Right, 185 was a good one. It's a plate and a quarter, and then now I'm going to do 2 plates. I can't wait for that. I actually just can't wait to hit 3 plates for 25 and just be cool with it, you know. No popping knees, back is straight, you know, no pelvic thrust or anything like that. It's just a straight up squat, 25. What's up, you know. Alright, so let's go with the bench. This is the same stuff as well. You know, I'm sticking to the powerlifting form. I'm really happy with that. Flat back, I mean, not flat back, sorry. Flat shoulder blades that are tucked together. Butt is on the pad, on the bench, and my heels are digging into the ground. I've got a tight grip on the bar. Elbows are in. They twist as it goes up and down, and I'm really protecting my wrists. I really want to make sure that my wrists are protected, because I know it's not good to, you know, do lighter weight with protected wrists, because then you get dependent on it. But I'd rather protect my wrists early on, or just at all times, than not be able to use my wrists at all. So that's my argument for that. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm trying to keep this form down and trying to make sure that it's templatized for when it actually gets heavier. What is this? 135, 140 pounds. So it's still relatively light, but I'm glad there's a plate on it. And oh yeah, the other thing is, you know, I used to have a wider grip when I was doing these, you know, and it would always go to the upper chest, and I had a really wide grip in that it would make my rotator cuffs hurt. Well, now with this type of lift and the way that I'm doing it now, it doesn't hurt at all. I have no rotator cuff pain at all, you know. Well, now it kind of transferred over to my elbows and my wrists, but I'm working on that right now. So we'll see how it goes as I perfect this form, right? There's a lot of subtleties involved, and it's interesting because, you know, I mean, on the surface of things, it's basic, right? You grab the bar, lift it up, put it back down, make sure it hits the same spot, and then rinse and repeat. But it's just like the squat, right? There's a lot of things you got to take into consideration when going into that particular lift. Okay, so here we go with the Pendlay rows. First time doing it, you know, I watched a few videos just to get it down, and from what I've gathered, the main thing is keep that lower back straight. Keep yourself parallel to the floor, keep your upper torso parallel to the floor, lift up with there's 4 things to consider on the lift off. That's lifting up with both elbows, and then at the very top, squeezing the shoulder blades together to get that final squeeze, to get that final feels. You know, I like them. You know, I understand why Medi does them. It really helps promote that power that you need, explosive power that you're going to be using throughout all the other exercises. There is no time under tension or tension over time or whatever, that constant tension as you do with the barbell rows, but you know, there's no stress on the lower back, and there's a lot of feeling in the back itself. Now with bent over rows, I feel a lot of constant tension, but I also notice that I'm kind of eventually at the 10th the 5 or the 10th rep, I'm leaning in some other awkward position. Like, it's harder to keep myself in that form. This one, you start off as a deadlift, you're hovering over the bar, and then you just pull up and then put it back down. Right, so all the tension happens all at once. You don't have to worry about it so much afterwards. Putting it back on the floor, you just kind of let it sit. You know, you drop it basically. Yeah, I mean, while I'm saying all my observations about this, I'm not sure if I'm entirely doing it right. So I'm gonna have another set of this one in the compilation videos for form checking once it's ready. Once I do the second set, and also. I hope this is not going to be an issue. I mean, it's helping now, but I hope it doesn't help later. Is I'm resting my belly on my thighs, and that's what kind of helps the back stay straight. So it's kind of cheating in a sense, you know. So that concludes day 9. All in all, it was a good day. I'm glad that I'm hitting these weights, these weights now. And yeah, so go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment up your feedback. Send me some plur vibes if you're down and you feel that. And I'll see you in the next episode when I get back into rec mode. Thank you.